You meet someone, your palms sweat, your heart pounds, your mind goes blank. You call it chemistry. But the real answer is far stranger. What is actually happening inside your skull in that moment has almost nothing to do with romance. It has everything to do with survival. Your brain does not know the difference between falling in love and falling into danger. Both light up the same ancient circuits. Both flood your body with the same chemicals. Both make your heart race for the same biological reason. Your ancestors needed a system that could override logic instantly, and that system is still running today, every time you lock eyes with someone across a room. Let's start with the moment itself. You see a face. Within a fraction of a second, before you've even consciously registered what's happening, a part of your brain called the ventral tegmental area switches on. Neuroscientist Helen Fisher spent years scanning the brains of people newly in love, and she found something remarkable. This same region activates in people using cocaine, not something similar. The same exact structure. Your brain is not being poetic, it is being chemical. Dopamine floods your system. This is the molecule of wanting, not liking. It's why you can't stop thinking about someone even when you try. It's why one text message can hijack your entire afternoon. Your ancestors evolved this wanting circuit for food, for water, for anything that kept them alive. Falling in love simply borrows the oldest motivation system in the human brain and points it at another person. But dopamine alone doesn't explain the shaking hand. For that, you need to look at your adrenal glands. The moment you feel nervous around someone you're attracted to, your body releases cortisol and norepinephrine. These are stress hormones, the exact same ones that flood your system when you're being chased by a predator. Your racing heart, your sweaty palms, your inability to form a coherent sentence. That's not romance. That's your fight or flight response, fully activated, aimed at a person instead of a threat. Why would evolution build love out of fear? Because for early humans, choosing a mate wasn't a small decision. It was one of the highest stakes choices a person could make. Choose wrong, and you might raise a child alone in a world with no hospitals, no safety nets, no second chances. Your ancestors needed their bodies to take this decision as seriously as they took physical danger. So evolution reused the alarm system it already had. There's a study that makes this strange. In 1974, psychologists Donald Dutton and Arthur Aaron ran an experiment on a rickety suspension bridge. Men crossed either a terrifying high bridge or a stable, low one. On the other side, an attractive researcher asked them questions. The men who had just crossed the frightening bridge rated her as more attractive. Some even called her afterward. Their brains had misread fear as attraction. This is called the misattribution of arousal. Your body produces a racing heart and sweaty palms, and your mind searches for a reason. If someone attractive happens to be standing there, your brain closes the loop. It decides you must be falling for them. The physical sensation comes first. The story you tell yourself comes second. Think about that for a moment. The feeling of love, at least in its earliest spark, is your brain interpreting a bodily alarm and mislabeling it as romance. But love doesn't stay in this frantic state forever. If it did, no relationship would survive past the first few months. Anthropologist Helen Fisher identified 3 distinct systems layered on top of each other. Lust, driven by testosterone and estrogen. Attraction, driven by dopamine and norepinephrine, the phase we've been describing. And attachment, driven by oxytocin and vasopressin, which builds slowly over time. Oxytocin is sometimes called the bonding hormone. It spikes during physical touch, during eye contact, during simply being near someone familiar. Unlike the frantic dopamine rush of new attraction, oxytocin creates a quieter kind of pull. It's the chemical reason long-term partners feel calm around each other instead of electrified. It's also the same hormone released when a mother holds her newborn. Your brain is reusing parent-infant bonding machinery to keep adult partnerships together. Here's the twist that most people never learn. The intense, obsessive, can't eat, can't sleep phase of new love is not designed to last. Researchers have found that the elevated dopamine and cortisol levels of early attraction typically settle within 12 to 18 months. This isn't your relationship failing. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it evolved to do. The frantic energy of new love exists to make sure you commit. Once the bond is secured, your body shifts into a different chemical arrangement, one built for endurance rather than intensity. This explains something almost everyone has felt. The person who once made your heart race just by texting eventually starts to feel like home instead. People sometimes mistake this shift for love fading. In most cases, it's love changing form, from the chemistry of pursuit to the chemistry of attachment. There's another piece to this puzzle, and it comes from an unexpected place. Psychologist Arthur Aron, the same researcher from the Bridge study, later designed a set of 36 questions meant to create closeness between total strangers. Pairs who asked each other these increasingly personal questions, then stared into each other's eyes for 4 minutes straight, reported feelings of intense closeness. Some even fell in love. Vulnerability itself appears to trigger the same bonding circuits as time and history normally do. You don't need years to build a bond. Sometimes you just need the right sequence of honesty. So what does all of this mean for you standing in a room, feeling your pulse quicken because someone smiled at you? It means the fluttering in your chest is not fate. It is not magic. It is one of the oldest systems in the human brain, borrowed from fear, borrowed from hunger, borrowed from a mother's grip on her newborn, all rewired across millions of years to point at one single, remarkable purpose: making sure you don't face this world alone. Your ancestors survived because they bonded, because two people staying close together could protect a child, share food, watch for danger through the night. The wiring worked so well that natural selection kept it, generation after generation, until it landed in you. You call it chemistry, but the real answer is stranger than chemistry. It's history, written into your bloodstream, still running every time your heart skips a beat for someone new.